Possession from 1981 is one of the most beautifully disturbing films that I can think of. It's wild. Yeah, it's awesome. Welcome to the HellBound Horror Show. Okay, what do I even say about Possession? It's taken me so long to write this script and to finally review this movie because art is so subjective and it's so deep, and Possession is pure cinematic art. It has surreal, political, emotional, evil, and human elements all rolled up together with beautifully kinetic cinematography and tight direction. It's an amazingly deep story that captures the inner workings of our deepest, most depressing thoughts and puts it all on screen. I don't think I can do this film justice by putting it all into words. This is a darn near perfect film, and the more I watch it, the more I fall in love with it. Possession is my favorite piece of cinema from 1981 and is slowly becoming one of my favorite movies of all time. It's not really a horror film though. Well, it's as much of a horror film as Eraserhead is. And speaking of David Lynch's Eraserhead, that's the one film that I feel comfortable comparing it to. Don't get me wrong, they are nothing alike, but they both play with your mind a bit and push the boundaries of cinema and storytelling. They are art, they're dense, they're dark, they're meaningful, and they both make no freaking sense. The first time that I ever watched Possession, I actually watched it with my wife, and to put it lightly, we weren't the biggest of fans. I had seen positive reviews of the film online, and with a title like Possession, I was expecting a foreign possession film. We can get into the nitty-gritty of it all, but at the end of the day, this is not your typical possession movie. There's no devil, no priest, nor exorcism. Instead, we're dealing with the darkness within us. But some of you are sitting out there wondering what this movie's about, and so let me do my best to explain. Please keep in mind that surrealist films like this can have multiple meanings and tons of interpretations. Mark arrives home sooner than expected after a long work trip away, where he finds his upset wife. She isn't doing well and she wants a divorce. Mark asks if there's another person involved, and she claims no. Mark gets an offer to return to work, but he insists on having someone become his successor. He wants to focus his time on his wife and his son. His wife, Anna, disappears only to call Mark at home. She informs him of the man that she's been seeing. She's been seeing this man a long time, and she claims that he is a better lover than Mark. They meet at a coffee shop to talk, and Mark is done. He wants nothing to do with Anna or their son, Bob. He doesn't want Bob to have another dad that he only gets to see once on a weekend. Anna calls Mark inhuman for not wanting Bob to be a part of his life. Well, if Mark is inhuman, then that means that Anna is then human for her actions of cheating and tearing the family apart. As you can tell, this isn't going well and only gets worse. It ends with them yelling and destroying the inside of the restaurant. It's all very real, raw, and emotional. Mark goes into a deep depression where he abuses alcohol. We see him writhing on this hotel bed, and he asks the maid how long he's been there.
How long have I been here?
3 weeks, sir.
It's sad stuff. Mark decides to go back to his old apartment, and he finds his son Bob completely alone and neglected. Anna has been gone a long time and has shown that she's not fit to take care of their son. When Anna returns, Mark gives her an ultimatum.
You can't take Bob away from me.
I'm not trying. You can continue to visit whenever you want, but I'm taking over here.
He convinces her to stay the night. He gets a phone call that wakes him up and realizes that she's gone.
Anna is with me, and she'll stay with me.
So Anna's gone, which means that Mark has to take Bob to school. And here is where things get a little trippy. The school teacher is Anna. I mean, at least it looks like Anna. Mark almost mistakes her for Anna. The film deals a bit with doppelgangers, or at least different versions of our true self. And there's a lot to uncover with that, but then here we are. We're speculating. If you want to dive down that rabbit hole yourself, you're gonna have to watch the film. Mark does some sleuthing and finds out where Anna's new lover lives. This is Heinrich. He's a guy that you kinda like but hate at the same time. He's so left-winged. Love is the language of the universe, but then he also rubs it in that he sleeps with Mark's wife. He's so nice, but he's such a jerk. Mark tries to beat up Heinrich, but Heinrich kicks the crap out of Mark. Mark finds Anna at home and emotions escalate once again. Anna hits Mark, and then Mark beats Anna. It's really hard to watch as he continues to hit her, and after she's all bloodied, Mark tells her that the only reason that he hit her was to make up for all of her lies. She returns with,
Then you have to add much more.
Yikes. This movie's hard to watch at times. I could go on and on with back and forth. The lies, the deception, the depression. At one point, Anna takes an electric meat cutter to her neck. And then Mark takes it to his arm.
It doesn't hurt.
No.
Turns out that Anna bought a place next to the Berlin Wall to live on her own for a bit. It's in this new place where things get strange and take a turn into the surreal. And that's all I really want to say about the story, but wow, things do get wild from here. There's this huge WTF moment and things quickly go downhill. It's an emotional roller coaster, and for those dealing with extremely personal issues, it could be a trigger. There's some dark things in here and things that I thought a lot about when I was going through my own personal struggles. Just know what you're getting into if you want to watch it, okay? Divorce seems like a really tough thing to go through. Loss in any form will never be easy, and Possession captures that journey insanely well. But enough about emotions. Let's talk about politics. Just from the opening establishing shots of the Berlin Wall and crosses of the people who died there, it sets the political tone of the film. The communist movement at the time for its people was the face of evil, and that evil is present throughout the film. Now, even though the film doesn't state its political agenda, it's very much ingrained into the film by Polish director Andrzej Zelensky, which was a common practice among many Polish directors of this era. You have people from beyond the wall watching our main characters, and you can see the divide throughout the picture. Mark lives away from the wall and it's very bright and it's nice, while Anna gets a place next to the wall and you can visually feel the dampness and mold of the place. The social divide is there for those looking for it, but honestly it flew by my head the first couple viewings. Now you probably noticed the acting, and it's so freaking good. Sam Neill does an admirable job here and he shows a wide range, but Isabella Adjani steals the show. She wears her emotions on her sleeve and plays such an impactful role in the storytelling. It seriously gets wild. She won the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actress for this specific role. I could gush over Possession all day long, and maybe one day I'll do a deep dive on it. I barely touched on the perfection of the cinematography, but these reviews are only supposed to show a glimpse of the style and tone of said film and are geared towards letting the audience decide if they want to go watch it or not. I'm just informing viewers of these films and hopefully shedding some light on some lesser talked about movies. I'm reviewing the Possession Blu-ray from Mondovision, and it's beautiful. Before I go, I wanted to share something that resonated with me and is totally indicative of the film. One of the writers shared this in one of the interviews, and yes, I am paraphrasing it. Loneliness can help create something that nurtures our love and our needs. When we are at our most desperate, or most hurt, or most vulnerable, sometimes something inside of us is created that comforts us. And that's all I have for tonight. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care, everyone.